feel like I've hit a plateau in the gym. I'm just not progressing as much and it's not fun. Whereas before, my performance was kind of on a linear, if not exponential progression. I've now hit some type of a peak and I'm flattening out. This is partly due to the fact that my tracking hasn't been too good. I mean, I tried the whole notebook thing, even using the notes app in my phone, but these don't really serve my needs well. I'd like to have an app where I just open it and it tells me how my performance has changed week over week. Am I getting stronger? Like, have I moved more weight this week than I did last week? Am I move more weight this session than I did last session? Just simple things like that I think might be fun. And it kind of gamifies the whole gym aspect of things, which is something I'd appreciate. You don't really get that from a book, right? I'd have to page back and see how things have changed, whereas an app just gives you that instant notification of whether or not you're improving. And I tried looking for apps like this. I mean, I went on the App Store, and the things I found there were either subpar, too bloated, or blocked by a paywall, and I'm not going to pay for such. So the plan is to build an app to help me get jacked. As you can see, my work here rivals that of Leonardo da Vinci, so I do hope the beauty of it isn't too distracting. I won't be going into too much detail here because I'll end up rambling and it won't make much sense. But essentially, what happens is you click on the routine, it takes you to the sessions page where you can click on a session to start that session. It takes you to that session specific page where you can then fill in the details for your workout, the number of reps you did, the weight you moved for that specific rep. Click finish, and it'll show you your progress and performance for that specific session as opposed to what you did last session. The next page is a bit more of the progress stuff in detail. As you can see, it's also quite a bit messy, so I won't be going into too much detail either here. And now, as is evidenced, none of that work is high fidelity. And at this point, I'd usually jump into Figma to get a bit more of a cleaner design worked out in my head so I can start coding. But my energy wasn't there this time around, so I started immediately with the code. And now that's okay because I wasn't really doing anything design wise. I was just really setting up the structure for me to then come out and do the design stuff later on. So onto the code. I'm using Next.js with TypeScript to build the app out, and the app itself, well, this is what this looks like. Nothing glorious, not great, but a good start. These are test routines that are created just to see if things work properly. And an example of what that would look like is you click on it and it takes you to the routine page. And this is where you'd have your sessions, right? This is an upper split. You can click on that, I think. I thought you could click on that. You can't. Well, anyway, let's see the flow of the actual app itself, right? Creating a routine from scratch. So you click on that plus, you enter the routine name. I think I use 8-week gains. I'll just call this shreds 5 or whatever. That's just the name of a routine. You can call it whatever you want. Click on next, and then from there you add a session. Let's say we're going with the standard push pull legs split. So that'll be push, and then in a push session, obviously you need your bench press. You got your shoulder press, and number of sets. I usually go for 3 per exercise. You could add more, but this is just illustrative, so I'll say save. And then you could add more sessions, but for our purpose here, we'll just click done. And once you're done with that, you got shreds 5 at the bottom there. Now again, this is horrendous. It's ugly, but it's a good start. I'll be moving on to Figma in the next session to make this look a bit more pretty and properly start working on it. I've been having a lot of fun with this build, and that's because it's a bit different from the stack I'd usually use. In the past, for a project like this, I would have instantly defaulted to using Firebase, but this time around, I figured, let me try SQL. So I went with a Postgres database using Vasal Postgres, which is essentially a wrapper for NeonDB. And I'm using no ORM. Now, the reason I made that decision is because I feel that I shy away from SQL too much, having spent majority of my time using document databases like Firestore. And honestly, SQL isn't that bad. I think I was just a bit lazy and complacent, but I'm having a good time with it. Will I do this in a bigger project? Probably not, but for my purposes here, I think it's a very fantastic learning exercise, and I'm having a very good time with it. I'll be posting videos like this weekly just to check in with my progress. If you're interested in keeping up, be sure to subscribe. And if you made it this far, thank you for your time.